with the high net worth individuals in our CRM and my contacts and all, they're looking for tax breaks. They're looking for how they could save money on their W-2 income, dividends, stock gains, like in the Silicon Valley in my backyard, or how can they make passive gains with the cost segregation, with bonus depreciation, things like that. Hi guys, good morning. Friday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Vinney Beau Show. Vinney Beau Show. You might be following us. Please comment and share some ideas. We try to come to you every week, most of the weeks when we are not traveling or busy in conferences or things like that. But we try to do the things that we are facing in our businesses, the ups and downs, and how we can really help all our followers and our friends and contacts how to get out of those situations or how to really make things happen so that you grow your business, you have a balanced lifestyle. We were just talking, Bo, you said overwhelming. So many things are going in your life and my life, and let's talk about that. Yeah.
We all have family. We all have to juggle a lot of things. And if you're a driven person like Vinny and I are, you're on the go, right? And when you're got a lot of deals going on, you got business brokers, you have banks you're dealing with, you have the borrowers, you have investors, you have all these moving parts. And
Yes.
everybody wants it on their time, right? They want it now. Okay. I have a guy right now doing a hospitality deal. And it was like 6 months ago, I had an initial call with him. He had booked a call. Walked him through. I hadn't heard from him, and I talked to a lot of people, so I don't really lose sleep. I sometimes forget 6 months ago who I talked to. I forget last week who I talked to. So he had sent me an email saying, hey, I'm ready to work on the loan. And I'm like, oh, what happened? And he said, I decided to go to a local lender, and they couldn't end up getting the deal done. And pretty much in the conversation I had with him, it was like, yeah, don't just go to your local lender. SBA is a national lender. They lend, these banks I work with they have a national footprint. But anyways, that happens, right? But now he comes back into my ecosystem, and it's like urgent for this guy now, right? And if you would have just done the things the right way. So I'm always dealing with these types of things. And as you grow bigger and your business evolves, you have more and more problems, right? And that's just a natural part of your business. So one is how do you stay motivated? Because I don't like waking up feeling this uneasy stress. Like I got to do all these things. But part of it, what I've found, Benny, and I see this in you too, is it's just like sometimes you just have to just go hard and you just got to just do it. And you don't think about it. Just, I got to call these 20 people. I'm going to call them right now. I got to get this vendor. That's really what it comes down to, because the more money you start making, the more things you have to deal with. And then you have to realize, well, why is it me having to deal with it? And then you really get smart. You go, look, I'm going to put layers, and they have to deal with this person who's going to help them, right? And the more you can do that, then you take yourself out of that equation, and things are happening. Your virtual assistant, your junior loan officer, your whatever is handling a lot of the stuff, and you're at a higher level dealing with bigger problems.
So true, brother. What you're talking about, I know you and I were discussing just before the show. I closed on the Marriott deal in Plano, Texas in December, raised close to 3.5, 3 point, almost 4 million quickly. And then my home two suites we are buying, it's going to close in 2 weeks over there in Florida, Tampa, Florida, raised another 2 point some million back to back. And now my Columbus hotel, we are raising 4 million. You're so right. There is so much we can accomplish if we just get our mental, the anxiety under control and get focused and make sure who are the high net worth contacts within your CRM and everything who have really enjoyed our relationships. So that's what I'm doing, pinpointing and meeting with them in Zoom and so forth like that. And then my daughter also gave us a great list of the old clients who haven't heard from me for 5, 6 years. So it's amazing how this stress can be channeled and then delegated so that we could accomplish the results. Yeah. So true. So true.
Yeah. So I think we all go through these pain points in business, and it's natural.
Yeah.
And instead of just, oh, I don't want to go into the office or the home office or whatever, really, you have to change the mindset and come in with the determination. Look, I'm going to eat the frogs today, meaning I'm going to deal the hard conversations early in the day.
Yes.
I've done my best. And what you have to realize too, because I've always been in a transaction business world, right? Where I'm the guy that's helping people get things done. So I have a lot of external stresses coming towards me. So you have to learn how to deflect those external stresses because there's a wall here, right? Once I
Yeah.
figured out I have to put a wall up, and look, I'm going to do my best job, but like if your loan doesn't get approved because it just doesn't work whatsoever, I can put it in the best light possible. But what I'm really finding is the bigger the deals are, the easier the deals close because they have a level. Why? Because they have a CPA, they have a buy side advisory, they have when you ask for documents or whatever else to get this
You
deal done,
get
or
them.
they
You get them fast and quickly. Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big thing. So why spend your time on $100,000 deal when you can do a 10 million or a 50 million or $100 million? And so once you
Right.
learn those principles, look, the same amount of work in an SBA funding, a $250,000 loan is sometimes more work than a $5 million loan. I make 15 times more money.
So
So
true. So true.
you have to get smarter in life. You have to evolve. You have to understand that if you're in business and you're a deal maker of any sort, you're going to deal with some stresses. And the way you deal with those stresses is going to indicate whether you're going to be a top performer or not a top performer. And so that's part of life. And if it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would go out there and raise millions of dollars and close on deals. And that can get stressful if you were telling your investor partners that you're going to bring in $3 or $4 million a deal and you only bring in $1 million, they're going to get pissed off at you because you said, hey, I
Yes.
can raise this 3 or 4. Like
Yeah.
to me, I would be a little bit stressed out because like you still have to go out to your network.
Dear friends, this is Vinney Chopra. You might have followed me over social media. I've authored all these books. Apartment syndication made easy. It started with $7 up to $1 billion in apartment and how to raise money, everything. This is Spanish edition also is out there on Amazon now. Then my second book, which was Positivity Brings Profitability, again a big seller, international seller on Amazon, by the way. And then we have the third one, which is Senior Living Investing Made Easy, as I turned 65 and so on. So that was the other one. Then my fourth book right here, Hospitality, just the world premiere is coming up April 23rd, but it's on Amazon right now also that you can get it. It took me 2 years to write it, and it's so exciting to put all these 5 books out there for my team, for my investors, the people I teach, and so forth like that, so that they can get the maximum out of all these books as they're learning the business of investing in commercial real estate and all the things. And thank you so much for following and all those things. God bless you. If you need to get this for free, just go to chopra.com/free benefits and you can get them for free. Thank you.
Even if it's the best deal in the world, people in this economy are a little bit gun shy, right? So you got
That's
to
a
bring your A
good
game.
point, what you just brought up with the high net worth individuals in our CRM and my contacts and all. They're looking for tax breaks. They're looking for how they could save money on their W-2 income, dividends, stock gains, like in the Silicon Valley in my backyard. Or how can they make passive gains with the cost segregation, with bonus depreciation, things like that? That helps a lot when you share with them, hey, if you put 250 or 500, you're going to get 60 to 70% minus K1. So you're right. In any kind of thing, you got to be totally looking into deep diving what will tick. Why would they like to invest with you, right? In whatever thing you have. Is it underwritten well? Is it assumptions wise? All those things are very important in this transient market. It's a very unpredictable market right now, and they're looking for safe havens and what's the risk involved, all that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, Vinny, I would say that knowing you for a long time here, that like the things that we do consistently to
Yeah.
be the businessmen we are is wake up, be thankful and grateful and
Gratitude.
have our
Yes.
gratitude, and
Yep.
then do our walk or do our exercise,
Yep.
and then come
Yep.
back and be ready to crush it, right? And you're doing your exercise right now. I did mine many hours ago, but the point is
Too.
that,
I was on the bicycle, I was doing my weights, and I get up very early, 5 o'clock in the morning every day. And the key thing is, I look forward to this time in my studio upstairs on the elliptical so that I can get this done also while we are recording the show and so forth like that. And it's really exciting. You're going to be here in this month, in about a couple of weeks, and we'll be together and we'll be able to crush some really good recordings together to help our followers and business leaders and so forth like that. Really excited about it.
yeah, me too. And yeah, that's the other thing too. And like I now have a son, a 2-year-old son, so that brings in extra weight too, right? Like I have to be a good
Yep.
father. I have to I have to have time for my son, right? Like,
Yes.
and if I don't, you got a wife that's good. Hey, you need to do this. You need to do this with your son. So you have all these things going on, and our spouses probably don't know because they're not in the business world, right? They don't
Yes.
know what we
Yes.
deal with. That's the other thing too, is you have to share with your spouse. I don't share everything with her. I try to explain to her, look, like I know you think I just sit behind a desk all day, but I'm dealing with a lot of things, and
Yeah.
like even though I'm my hands are soft, I'm not like physically working. I am
Yes.
this thing by the end of the day is sometimes very tired. And
Yeah.
you have to be able to build a good support system with your family too. It's very important as a business, as an entrepreneur. So even if they could care less what you do or what not to do, like you still have to be a great father and a great husband. So we have a lot of
Yes.
responsibilities, and it's not like Vinny and I can clock in at 9 in the morning and clock out at 4. Sometimes we're dealing with things early in the morning, and there sometimes on a weekend when the people that have a 9 to 5,
Yep.
they could care less about any responsibilities because they just punch clock. We always have those responsibilities on our chest. So that's the difference of why some people never become an entrepreneur. And that's why some people, and I don't blame them, they're high paid W-2 and they just want to invest their money. And that's why they invest in deals like yours, right? Like it's, look, I
Yes.
don't want to be Vinny or Beau because you guys are workhorses and you guys are always doing stuff. So some people never want to get in that realm. And I don't blame them. If I had a,
Never blame them.
if I
Totally.
had a fat
Totally.
paying job, I wouldn't have the same things. We're just bred differently as
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. But I would never, I talk about people getting out of the W-2, but that's a lot of people that don't like their job, that maybe aren't making the money. But I do meet people that make really good wages in the W-2, right? And they're happy
Yep.
what they're doing. Their biggest problem is the tax pain of,
It is. It's the biggest number one. If you just chat GPT, Gemini, Claude, you ask them what's on their mind, why are they losing sleep, is to see how they could, in alternative assets, how they can go from Wall Street to Main Street, I call it, like self-directed IRA. I'm helping so many my investors, new investors, to convert their retirement funds from Main Street to self-directed. And we found a company right here in Walnut Creek, which is very low price to convert and everything, and yearly, what's they call a maintenance fee, so forth. So I'm helping my investors to do that and then invest into my syndication, the fund, the $50 million fund. If anybody's interested, it's for accredited investors only. I'll just put a plug here, brother. We are working on this beautiful hotel, giving its accredited investors only 71% returns in 3-year hold. And it's already started. The hotel is bought and everything. We are doing renovations, all those things. So it's very exciting. If anybody wants, just reach out to vinnychopra.com/invest, and I'll have a personal Zoom meeting with you, explain and put you in our elite investment club so that the future deals can also come to you.
very good. Great topic today. I feel better now because today is one of those days where I'm like, I got to deal with a lot of stuff today. But it's
Yes.
really, we're going to, the more you crush the day, at the end of it, you're like, you know what? There was a lot of moving parts, but you'll, you only grow when you get uncomfortable. Just remember that. You got to be a little bit, same thing in the weight room. If you do the same
Yeah.
workout every day, you're not growing. You got to switch it up. You got to get uncomfortable. And I'm okay being uncomfortable. And then you learn from being uncomfortable. And then you start building and delegating. So then over time, not doing all the moving parts. So that's my takeaway for today.
I just wanted to bring up Walter Amarillo. He came to my mastermind on Wednesday at 4 p.m., which I do every week. And he just trashed. Oh my gosh. He shared so many nuggets how to really use the international assistants, I call it, virtual assistants, with SOP, with Manus, MANUS.ai, with all these different prompting and getting into making presentations, and these agents are able to get the job done for you. I couldn't believe he just did the whole show for my mentees, and it was fabulous. If anybody needs a copy of that, let me know. Let us know. Thank you. So I know you are AI expert yourself, man. You have done so good. What are some of the apps you're using now?
I haven't really, there's so many of them now. I'm still just really, I use a lot of ChatGPT. I have the
Yeah.
paid version, and then I can do deep research. I have custom projects, custom GPTs.
Yes.
And then I use Galaxy.ai, which has all these different tools, and it's one fee and you get a million tools. So that's all I really use, because I don't need, there's a lot you can do. I will probably get more into AI agents over time, but I don't even, at this
Yes.
point, don't need it, because the what I've got right now is fulfilling. But yeah, if you're not getting into this space and understanding the capabilities,
Sure.
I have a banker, and he's hey, we need to summarize this in a better way, and I'll take somebody's file and in 2 seconds it words it, and I send it to him, and he's, how did you do that? I go, just did it on AI. It took me 2 seconds. Guy doesn't even use AI. Man, AI is really good. AI can actually underwrite deals. It can spread financials. It can do a lot of amazing things.
So true. And then you can double check it, make sure that all of us see what the output is, what you put in, and then what come out. And then you could validate it and just use those presentations and things. So great show. I hope you liked it. I hope everybody watching us or listening to us come back next Friday, 9 a.m. We usually record the show and then we are able to drop it with all these different things. Thanks, Bo. Thank you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. See you next Friday.
Dear friends, Vinney Chopra, I hope you're liking the episode in my podcast and also videos that we put out and all the books that I've written and so forth like that. But please remember, it's for educational entertainment purposes only. We don't give any financial advice or legal advice at all. I'm not a CPA or an attorney, but please give us 5-star reviews so that we can get great guests on our shows. I've been doing Abundance Mindset Show 9 a.m. Pacific on Thursdays, Vinney and Beau Show 9 a.m. Fridays, every Friday right there with Vinney and Beau Show, and then podcasts and the video clippings and all that, and writing books and giving my seminars and teaching my mastermind to really excel in this business. And now the hospitality has been really tremendous because I've done some home runs and I've learned so much that I'm in it for a long haul. Talk to you again. Thank you.